Hi folks, Dan Dale here with Southern Remarketing in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell diesel four-wheel drive trucks and RVs, sell them almost exclusively on eBay. Today we've got a 2008 Ford F250 King Ranch Edition. This is pretty much the top of the line on an F250. It's got every possible option you can think of. Got the 6.4 Power Stroke diesel. Come on, I'm going to take you a little video tour around it. First thing I want to show you, this grill. Chrome's not bubbling, not peeled up. That's a common issue with these, but not a problem on this one. The Ford emblem's in good shape. One tiny little crack in the headlight, although it's not fogged up, you can't hardly see it. But I'm gonna try and nitpick this truck as much as possible. You can see this hood is just perfect. I mean, no dents, no dings. These are 35, 12, 5, 20 LT tires. You can see deep tread. This truck's got a little small lift kit on it. I would say probably around 3 or 4 inches. It's got the chrome package. You can see it's got the chrome mirror covers, got the chrome tow hooks, chrome tie downs on the inside, got a big chrome tip. You can look inside the truck. Leather seats are just immaculate. Carpets are in great shape. Headliner, perfect. It's got the factory power moonroof, no issues with it. Sun visors, all that's in great shape. I'm leaving it running. I just want you to see how well this truck runs. See, it doesn't get hot, doesn't make any weird noises. Look in the back, you can see flip up armrest. Got extra power outlets in the back. Of course, got your King Ranch on the seats. All that's in great shape. This flips up, got your spare tire and jack underneath. You look inside here, no paint work, no signs of paint work, all of that perfectly smooth. This is a Southern truck, so obviously no rust whatsoever. It even has the spare tire, which, believe it or not, is unusual for us to get one with a spare tire. But take a look at the bed. Got the spray-in bed liner. Got the man step, which, you know, the Chevrolet jokes about it, but that is really handy to have, this man step. Folds up out of the way. Never been cut for a gooseneck or a fifth wheel or any of that mess. This tailgate, you can see, almost perfect. I mean, one little tiny spot of touched up, got a little kink in it, and one little rub spot on the bumper. I mean, that's all you can nitpick. Look down the side of this truck. All that's perfect. This has got the 6.4 Power Stroke diesel, and it has been tuned and deleted. What that means is these trucks have a DPF, a diesel particulate filter, to catch the soot, and newer trucks use that regen fluid. But these 6.4s, the way they made them, they used just extra fuel dumped into the rear 2 cylinders of the engine to clean the soot filter. So what that did, well, first of all, it killed the fuel mileage, but second of all, it could eventually thin out your oil, get extra fuel into the crankcase, thin out your oil, cause problems. It's an extra restriction on your exhaust. But this truck's had that removed and it's been tuned. So not only does it get more horsepower, but it gets more power and more fuel economy, because you're not wasting fuel by dumping it into the engine to clean out the soot filter. You got the restriction gone, and it just helps the engine longevity, helps everything about it. So nowadays, since the EPA's cracked down on it, if you wanted to tune and delete a 6.4, you're going to spend several $1,000s. But this one's already had it done, and these 6.4s, they are reliable. My last truck was a 10 6.4. It was tuned and deleted, and I pulled a 38-foot Scarab 1,000 miles from Miami with it cranked all the way on max. Never had a problem, never got hot, did anything weird. These engines can take a lot more power than the 6.0s, and I like 6.0s, we sell a ton of them, but these 6.4s can take a lot more power than the 6.0s could. So just a solid truck with no issues. Now we're going to take you on a test drive. Okay, now I'm going to take you on a test drive, but before I do, just want to show you a few things under the hood. First thing is, we don't clean under the hoods. This is just how it came into us. We don't even wipe a little dirt off of that. I mean, just too much to go wrong when you start spraying down under the hood of one of these. These batteries are January of 15, so they're fresh. But the main thing I want to show you is, you can see here, absolutely no blow-by. Now, smoke is not that big a deal as long as it's not puffing, and especially on a 6.4, because they're usually worse than any of them by smoke, although this one doesn't seem to have any. But the main thing is, I set this oil filler cap down, it doesn't blow off. You can see here, it doesn't blow off. If it blows off, that means you've got engine compression getting past the cylinders and into the crankcase, and it means you got a wore out engine. Other thing I want to show you, you can see from these bolt heads, they've had an impact on them. That means the radiator recall has already been done on this truck. So unlike most trucks out there, you don't have to worry about having to spend $1,000 or $1,500 getting the radiator recall done. Not an issue on this truck. Turn this radio down. You can see the only warning light, that's for the tire pressure, which I'll check that out. It may, if it's just a sensor or something, I'll fix it, and otherwise just bid to assume, you know, that light's going to be on. A lot of times you get aftermarket tires like this one has, they run at different pressures than the stock tires, so it just triggers the sensor. You can have it reprogrammed at your Ford dealer not to go off at the pressure that the new tires require. But like I said, I'm not a Ford dealer, so if it's a sensor or something, we'll take care of it. Otherwise, just assume that light's going to be on, not a big deal. You can see the main thing, no other engine service, any kind of other lights on. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. But the good thing you can take away from that is that this truck has no squeaks or rattles. So although the video might be shaking and bouncing around a little bit, when you're actually in the truck, it has a smooth ride and drive. It's real nice. Doesn't knock your teeth out, do anything weird. Like I said, this truck has been deleted, it's been tuned. It will throw your head back if you get on it. I'm not going to get on it too hard because I can't, there's a car in front of me, but just suffice it to say, it's got a lot of power. A whole lot. Runs perfect, cranks right up hot or cold, doesn't make any weird noises. You can see I let go of the wheel, doesn't pull to the left or right going down the road, doesn't pull or vibrate when I hit the brakes. Navigation, all that works just like it should. Has the upfitter switches, has the tow command, power adjustable pedals. The only thing on this truck I'm not 100% sure if it works are those parking sensors. They beep as soon as you put it in reverse unless you have them deactivated, so they may not work. I'll try and get that fixed, but again, just bid to assume, if I point it out, assume it's not going to work, and that way if I get it fixed, great, and if not, you won't be upset with me. And I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking this truck too bad, but we know most of our customers come from far away or have them shipped up north or long distances, and you don't get a chance to look at it in person. So we try and cover all the bases so there's no misunderstandings, no hard feelings, you know, when you actually receive the truck. Windshield's in great shape. I don't know if you can see it. Got one tiny little rock peck. You can't even hardly see it, but it's there if you're nitpicking. Of course, got a moonroof. I've got it closed because it's about 1 million degrees here in the Confederacy today. Temperature says 88. I don't believe it. It's hotter than that. Cigarette lighter, perfect. Not been smoked in. No pet odors either. Doesn't stink, doesn't have any smells, or none that I can detect. You know, your nose may be different, but I can't smell anything. See the map moving around as we go. All that works just like it should. It's got the power folding mirrors on both sides. They power fold in, they power fold out, and they go in and out, so you can run them out if you're towing. If you're pulling a camper or something, you can run them back in. If you're not, it does have 2-position memory, so you can set your mirrors and your seat and all to whatever memory setting you want. Power sliding rear window, that works. I'm gonna give it a little gas, get up to speed here. This truck, I would not hesitate. If you want to fly in, drive it home, you can. It drives great. Now you can hear these have a pretty aggressive tread pattern on this set of tires, and so you may hear a little highway noise in the video going down the road. I mean, that's just part of the kind of tires this truck has. They're not straight out mud grips, but they're closer to mud grips than highway tires. They're a real aggressive all-terrain tire, so the ride's perfect. You just got a little noise. You know, if you don't like it, trust me, you will not have any trouble finding somebody who will trade you these tires for a set of stock tires. No trouble whatsoever, you know, if it bothers you, but it doesn't bother me. It's not really noticeable. But again, I'm just trying to nitpick everything there is on this truck, so there's no misunderstandings, no hard feelings. I'm not going to risk bad feedback over a rock peck or something. Just, it's not worth it to us. We've only got one negative feedback, and that's from a guy that didn't even buy the truck. Just got mad when I filed a non-paying bidder on him and made up a bunch of stuff. So of course there's nothing we can do about it. eBay doesn't protect us from that, so we're just kind of SOL. But this truck, like I said, fly in, drive it home. I would not hesitate to drive it anywhere. Or if you want to have it shipped, we'll be glad to work with your shipping company, whoever you find. And just keep in mind, if you're getting quotes, that whatever quotes you get, if you're not in a hurry, you can beat that quote by probably 25 to 40% easily. Because if you can wait 2 or 3 weeks for the truck to actually arrive, then you can find a truck that's a truck with an empty spot on it that's headed your way and get a deal made. Because they'd rather cut a deal and fill up that empty spot than travel with the empty spot on the truck. So you can get on U-Ship and have them bid and get a lot better deal than maybe the first few quotes you get. So if you're looking at buying this truck, you get some quotes and they sound crazy high, don't freak out. If you're not in a hurry, you can do better. Or, you know, a lot of people, we encourage people, just fly in, drive it home. You know, as long as we're paid, we'll be glad to hold it for you at no charge up to 60 days, give you time to find a cheap plane ticket and, you know, get the best deal you can on all that. And don't mind that at all. And like I said, we pick you up at the airport, no extra charge. That's just part of what we do when you buy from us. Once again, this is an 08 King Ranch with basically just about every option I think you can get on one. It's got navigation, it's got heated seats, it's got Got the tailgate step, moonroof, just pretty much has it all. You see, non-smoker, no warning lights. It's got the steering wheel controls. You can turn the radio up and down. You can adjust the temperature up and down if you want. You can do the cruise control, automatic headlights, fog lights, all that stuff works just like it should. Only 168,000 miles, has a built-in compass, has your readouts for your fuel economy, distance to empty, all that good stuff. Big moonroof. Oh, and I'll show you. It does work. Just so you know it works. And it does the tilt. That works. So all that's in good shape. Built-in garage door opener, light of vanity light, automatic dimming rearview mirror. Just has everything you want. So if you have any questions about this truck, give me a call. My name's Dan Dale. My number is 601-376-9869. Be glad to answer any questions you may have. 08 Lariat. I got the turn wrong. 08 Lariat. I mean King Ranch. I keep saying Lariat. 08 King Ranch, 168,000, no issues, ready to drive. If you have any questions, give us a call. We appreciate you watching the video. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.